back. It's without these blooming TV ads, we get no break at all. I mean, in the old days, we'd like nip down to the pub and have a quick pint, you know. Anyway,
my feature's a bit strange as a consequence.
Well, many have been really.
I'd like to be out there now.
I'd rather not. I'd rather we didn't know that. Now, I am Stanford Chidge, and this, of course, is the Chelsea FanCast. This is not a retirement home for aged actors, I promise you.
Why am I here then?
Who can't control their bowel movements. But one day there will be, and I promise you that when I am in a retirement home for out-of-work actors who can't control their bowel movements, we will do a show from them.
Thank you very much.
I think we should.
We had a good gag in the break, which do you
want to tell the gag?
Can Cheddar feed? I'll get it wrong.
Right, feed him, Cheddar.
All right. Well, going back to that Demba Ba stat that you wanted to know. He averages a goal every 95 minutes.
And I said in the break, yeah, but that's the game's finished, doesn't it? So
yeah.
I told it better.
That's funny. Hang on. Yeah. Do it again and we'll laugh this time.
Yeah.
That Demba Ba stat, just so you know, Demba Ba scores a goal every 95 minutes.
Yeah, but that's no good because the game's finished. It's 5 minutes after the
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, Jonathan. Mate, that's worth the amount of money I don't pay you. Right, okay, we should...
Thanks, Chad, for feeding me.
Well done, Chad. I thought your performance was very good, by the way, Chad.
Yeah,
I thought you delivered it brilliantly. It's all about the timing.
Your laughing is a bit over the top.
You know, Right, I think we should move on, and we should talk about Ross's ratings, because he flogs his guts out every week, which didn't for me. So this is what the great man has come up with this week. There we go. Right, okay, Petr Cech, he gets an 8. Ivanovic, he got 7. Cahill 7. Terry 7. Cesar Azpilicueta.
Well done.
6. I concentrated hard on that one, Jonathan.
Good.
Ramirez, he got 6. Matic got 7. Willian got 7. Schürrle got 6. Mohamed Salah only got 5.
I do think
that
that's
is
peculiar.
harsh.
That is very harsh.
That is very harsh.
Benches think it's very harsh, don't you, Benches?
Yeah. Sorry, Ross. Yeah. Great nods of disapproval with that one, old
Not
son.
from everyone.
Okay, apart from Darren.
I haven't said anything.
Dare to Demba Ba got 7. Oscar got 6. Eto'o got 5. And Mikel, the kind of lesser spotted Mikel. He's quite a rare, exotic,
endangered species
these days.
That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, he got 6. So that's what Ross thinks. I think broadly, you know.
Well, it wasn't a great performance, and I think the most profligate of a very profligate team was Salah, and you can kind of understand from that sense why he...
Having said that, though, he buzzed about nicely. I
felt
that he ran and he closed down.
Talking of buzzing, I'll put them up for tomorrow for the viewers and listeners to see for themselves. But Ross's, comments that he writes on the ratings that I put up on the website are getting funnier and more surreal as the weeks progress. This week, I mean, there were quite a few choices this week. The one I remember was Mikel. He just wrote, he floated like a butterfly, but he didn't sting like a bee. I just thought that was Ross's, keep drinking whatever you're drinking, Ross. The only thing I really would take issue here is, I thought Cech actually did very, very well. I thought he did deserve an 8. But, Salah, okay.
Wasted every opportunity.
He couldn't hit a cow's rear end with a banjo.
It became very apparent he
clearly.
Can't shoot.
But the number of chances he had, and I just love his pace. He's
I mean, that's...
And he didn't hide, Pablo.
No, I know, and that was very good. And there was a
Absolutely.
time in the first half as well where he literally sprinted the entire length of the pitch to get back and defend as well,
he defended what was fabulous.
Which was excellent.
But absolutely fabulous.
You cannot have that little end product in this stage of the season.
Well, we've had that little end product all season.
It's typical of all season, that. I mean, Eto'o's misses were just almost back to the beginning of the season.
What's Eto'o's misses got to do with it? Has he bought her a fur coat or something?
Yeah.
All fur coat and no knickers, mate.
Yeah, good on you, Chief.
He's a don. I love Eto'o. Although he was hilarious.
He's not going to score away from home, though, is he? It's
kind of like he's got a bet on himself. He played on Sunday like he's got a bet on himself not to score away. And what I love,
outpaced by a goalkeeper with chronic knee problems.
Wasn't it? And we'll talk about this. He gets nominated in the Fannies as well for this, but his misses and particularly his offsides were hilarious. And I loved the look on his face every time he made a stupid miss. It was like, but I am Samuel Eto'o. I do not miss like that. It must have been somebody else invading my body and pretending not to be me. It was what?
Sorry, I was going to say, they didn't show a replay, when I think maybe it was before the goal, I can't remember now, but Salah played it through to me. It was a counter-attack.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was on sides.
I thought he was off, actually.
They didn't show a replay.
No, they didn't show a replay.
No, he was off.
He couldn't
To
believe
me,
he was
he looked
off.
like timed his run because he was off. He came back on when it's played.
It's pretty unacceptable.
No, he
was
wasn't.
off.
Chidge, he wasn't off.
He showed great
Paul, do you think
disbelief,
he's
though,
off?
didn't he?
I
I
only saw it
thought the
once, I don't
moment,
know.
one of the apart from the side foot pass, one of the worst moments was when he failed to trap the ball after Salah had passed it, and then having rounded the goalkeeper, then
Passed
just
it to the
sort of
defender,
passed it to
yeah.
the defender. You go, what was that?
Now, I've got a question for you boys, actually, to kind of turn it to what happened at the beginning, because obviously after 15 minutes, Swansea went down to 15. Oh, blimey! What have you put in this? Have you put a bit of Jar Rastafari in there or something?
No wonder they couldn't score for
This
8
bloke
minutes.
here, see the bloke on the right? That's Flores, or Chico the Florist, as I renamed him. That fat bloke in the middle with the horrible coloured kind of luminous green top is Phil Dowd. And the bloke bending over, that's Sherlock. Basically, Flores got sent off after 15 minutes, which reduced Swansea to 10 men. And, you know, the other thing that one thing I'll talk about very, very quickly is that we've been absolutely slagged off, of course, because apparently Jose, John Terry et al. Have put undue pressure on the referee.
Despite the fact that the
Chelsea,
referee's been found,
Nazi
like-
scum, EDL supporters, they are the devil incarnate, as always, you know.
When was Tom Gerrard did that before? When someone got...
It was the Merseyside derby, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was-
yeah, and he
was it Tony
ran
Hibbert?
past...
Have you ever seen Gerrard pressure a ref? Have you ever seen Gerrard pressure a ref?
the
Yes,
worst-
we
the
have.
worst one
Carragher used
was
to do it.
Carragher.
Terry doesn't do it. Yeah.
Carragher, we used to get mad.
Spot on. And we didn't even rehearse this one.
No, we didn't.
He always did Carragher.
Hang on a second.
But the thing,
Last
is,
season when we
yeah.
played him, it was embarrassing watching Carragher. Every
Yeah.
single time anything happened, just run over to the referee.
and the thing is as well, I mean, like you can't the right decision was made. So given that the ref ended up making the
Why
right
did
decision,
Dowd
then
take
what's the
so
problem?
long? What was he said? What did he say to Terry? I'm thinking about it.
But that's
he
okay.
said.
I'd rather,
Yeah, fair enough.
rather he would think about it rather than make a snap wrong decision like Chris Foy does.
But I don't know why
perpetually.
he had to think about it. It was so
Because,
Well, it was
because they were close together and because it was early in the game. Referees don't like
I know
as
they
much
don't.
as
I
they.
know.
Anyway, look, the
There's
bottom
no
line is,
justification
bottom
because it's
line
early
is,
in the game, not
bottom
sending
line
somebody
is
off.
they were down to 10 men, and the thing that I mean, this is the question I want for you boys. You know, should we have found it easy, or were they actually really quite hard to break down? Because I mean, you know, obviously what they did, their game plan changed completely, and actually, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, they attacked the living
I actually
daylights out
thought
of us.
that our game plan was fine for that. The problem was we weren't taking our chances. We were patient. We kept the ball. We made them run about, made them tired. They're not used to playing that kind of game at all because they
like to
dominate
attack and they
possession.
like to have
So we
possession,
broke them down and we had a bunch of chances. It wasn't like we were messing around with the ball.
No,
we could
fair
have scored
point.
10. We just kept kicking it over the bar.
Yeah.
I don't think we
that's
played
fair
that
enough.
badly.
No,
It was the kind of dreadful inevitability of every game we
Can't
played.
break people
against
down
that
when they
time,
defend with
we
everybody
can't-
behind
and we
them.
can't score. you
Well,
know.
we did break them down.
Yeah, we did.
There was no issue with breaking them down
No,
at all.
you're-
The issue was
yeah, okay.
that every
I
time
mean,
we
we
got
were-
the ball in the box, we kicked it
That's
2
right.
yards over the
Well,
bar.
to be fair, Paul, you're absolutely spot on. I mean, we were breaking them down. We were creating chances. Actually, we were just the radars were completely off when they. Do you think we missed Hazard at all, Dazza?
Yeah, I definitely think we did because Mo Salah wouldn't pass the ball to anyone until about the 85th minute, where he then decided that when he did attack, he would start passing the ball to people.
But that's only after he missed about 4 decent opportunities.
Yeah, agreed.
Interesting stuff. I'll tell you one thing that really annoyed me. I mean, I don't know what you lot think about this, but you know, I smelt the evil vibe of ticker-tacker too much, and I'm getting a bit brassed off with this overplaying around, 20 yards
I think you're
out.
totally wrong.
No, I don't agree.
Basically, I think they went about with the right game plan, as I just
I
said,
didn't feel
wear
the
them down.
tiki-taka. I just felt that
was
once
fine.
again we were
Really?
Yeah.
we were inadequate in front of goal.
They weren't
Yeah,
keeping the ball
I
for
didn't get
possession's sake. They were keeping the ball to work chances and to
Yeah, and
tire
I felt
them
they
out.
did, as we keep saying, as we've now said 4 times. I think they had
God.
shot after shot.
I must have watched
after shot.
maybe I had it on Sky 2 and was watching a La Liga game and missed. Maybe I'm sorry.
Who plays in- who
Apparently,
plays-
I didn't watch the Chelsea
plays
Swansea
in
game. I
blue
was
on La
watching
Liga?
something else.
Who plays in blue on La Liga?
Getafe.
Well, that's who you were watching.
I guess
Spaniard.
Atletico Madrid.
Except they lost, didn't they?
They did, but we won't talk about that. Never mind. I mean, what I was really trying to say was, I did actually get a bit frustrated. To be fair, I did think we overplayed it a bit. And actually, what I'm really saying is that I really loved the fact that they did actually start using Route 1 a bit like they did against PSG, which clearly worked, and it got us the goal against PSG. And I thought that the way that Matic, played the ball
That's
forward
right.
really, really quickly, punted it forward to Bar.
And you got a big bloke up front. Just
You know,
kick ball,
it
pitch.
works
That's right.
sometimes.
Flick it on,
You don't
hit
have
goal.
to do 57 passes sideways outside the penalty area to score. Sometimes, hoof, striker, Bosch, thank you.
I used to sit next to an old bloke. He says, I can't stand any of this way they play now. I can't stand it. And then the ball would be booted up the pitch and he'd get up and say, that's the way to do it.
Was his name Charles Hughes? By any chance? But there you go. I was happy with that. And I mean, I thought, as I said, Eto's radar was comically out. But, I love
wasn't
him.
the only one.
Well, I mean, Barr as well. I mean,
Yeah, the header, that flicked header, he should have scored with that, really.
There was a great. How much Barr would Demba Barr if Demba could Barr?
Bar?
Yeah, it's like a riddle. Somebody, I think it was Staggy or Stephen Norton. I can't remember which put on Twitter. Or was it Blue Tinted Mike? I can't remember.
Explain that to me.
How much Barr?
Yeah.
Barr is money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would Demba Barr?
Yeah.
If Demba Barr could Barr?
And why is the answer bar?
I don't know. There is no answer.
Oh, there isn't? Oh, okay. No. Oh, I thought that was you'd work that out.
No.
Oh.
Although, if you were going to go off words in the first bit, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, surely it would be bar.
Your bar.
All those who want the answer to this question, write in to chelseafancast@gmail.com. No, don't, please.
How can he have worked it out? I don't get that, Jonathan. Have you worked out how much would a woodchucker could chuck?
No, can you say that again? How much would could a woodchuck chuck?
If a woodchuck
could chuck
wood, yeah.
But have you worked that out? How can he work out how much bar Demba can bar?
No, but I thought it was a sort of trick question, and I didn't understand it. I thought it was the lawyer's mind had worked something out.
No one understood it. So you take a guess and see if anyone can argue.
Okay, now we know.
Sorry, you finished? No. Well, you see, you've got to sign in. You see, there you go. Chelsea Fancast. Bada boom. How about that? Right, we're back with you now. We've kind of had our we like to wander off in the middle of the show and talk amongst ourselves. Basically, though, benches. Route 1 worked for you for that goal for Demba Barr?
I think so. At this stage of the season, it's not about performance, it's about getting 3 points.
Do you know what, actually, Dan? You're probably the only person in the room who's actually read the script, because the next thing I was going to say is that actually, it was an ugly win. We won ugly. And here's another one. I've got a stat. Stado will be very impressed with this. That was the first Chelsea win away at Swansea in over 30 years.
83.
Apparently. Yeah, when Canners scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh,
no, it wasn't.
Okay, so it wasn't. So was I right, first of all?
It was 30
the first
years ago.
win
It was in
away.
1983, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
Yeah.
it wasn't the one that he scored the hat-trick at home, didn't he?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I thought he scored one. Didn't he score one of them away?
he
you
might have
said
done.
so.
I can't remember.
Did
Yeah.
Nevin and Dixon got goals that day?
Oh, okay.
Anyway, look, that's a tough place to go, and we got a really good result. I mean, what's not to like?
No, exactly, yeah. We haven't won yet since they've been back in this league.
Well, we haven't, and I mean, it is, Jonathan. It's all about points at this stage, and I mean, you and I were talking about squeaky bums, and I think that was one of the.
I sit there in terror.
Yeah, I did too.
I keep thinking this is going to be the same thing again, and the headline's going to be awful, how dreadful we are. And when Barr scored, the relief. The relief. Particularly after the unbelievable joy of the game on Wednesday. Yeah, well, there was that, but also I think what dictated this match for me was, seeing Liverpool beat City. Just prior. Yeah,
we need to get this straight for the listeners and the viewers out there. Chelsea, that's like us, right? We wanted Liverpool to beat City, you see. Yes, I know we hate Liverpool, and they are horrible and vile and all the rest of it, but we wanted them to beat City because it now means we need to beat them and win all of our matches, and for City to drop 2 points and we will win the league. Had Man City beaten Liverpool, then that would not happen, would it?
Probably not.
No. So we needed Liverpool to beat City. So having seen that, I'm thinking, yes, we're still in it, but we've got to win. And then
I'm terrified by the end of this season. I'm totally terrified by it all.
I know, it's too much. It's too much for my heart. I don't know if I can take it.
Chid was right last week. We're going to win one or the other. Maybe both, but we'll
You
win
like that?
one or the
I'm
other.
going to ask you that in a minute, actually, again. I'll revisit this.
But they
we're gonna do
shouted
this
out
every
there,
week.
didn't they?
We will. We'll do every week until we're out of one of them. What, mate?
They shouted out, you're going to win Naffle, didn't they? There's their response when we were
Swansea?
winning. Yeah, Swansea fans.
Yeah.
Well, when he started singing, we've done it before.
I've got to mention the Swansea
Was
fans.
that when they started singing on us?
I've got to mention the Swansea fans. I know that they have that infernal drum.
Yeah, but they turned on the telly, they turned the sound up. So all you were hearing was the Swansea
you know
fans.
that?
Because on another occasion, they mixed differently, and the Chelsea fans came up because they were singing something.
Yeah, I must
it
admit,
was absolutely obvious.
First off, you could hear a lot of our support.
Yeah, but it's a mix of things. They've got mics all around the grounds. All the question of saying, if the director says, let's hear some more Swansea here, because then it makes it sound as if the Swansea fans are
I'm glad you said that, because I've had this theory for years and years and years, and I've even talked to Steve Atkins about it at the club, and saying you need to get the mics repositioned. So that they're nearer our vocals.
It's a normal thing to do.
But I'm pretty sure that's always happened, that we've been mic'd down. I think one of the reasons for that is that 95% of Chelsea songs have got swear words in them. And I suspect that there's a bit of that going on. And it's really interesting. If you watch Chelsea on BT Sport, we're always much louder because they haven't figured that out yet. No, I know it sounds daft, but I seriously don't think they've figured it out yet.
Do you know, back when everyone didn't used to mind Sky Sports, they asked us, I think we were out in Porto, they wanted everyone to just sing a Chelsea song they could record and show on Sky Sports News. And so they're kind of a swear word. It took ages to come up with "We all follow the Chelsea over land and sea," because it's about our only song that doesn't have any swear words. Yeah. Everything does.
I know.
Everything.
I think that's part of our charm. Just saying, if we had songs that didn't have swear words in it, we wouldn't be Nazi saluting, EDL supporting, PSG beating up. Scum.
No,
rampaging scum.
We'd be sit at home, not do anything.
We'd be Arsenal fans.
Yes, exactly.
That's what you mean, isn't it?
Be.
That's right. Anyway, look. Here's the thing. I'm sorry. Back to the football.
The what?
Oh, I know. It's like Anyway, there was this. The point I was making a minute ago is that it's actually quite exciting. To be fair, I for one didn't expect us to be in with this much of a shout at this stage of the season, but. It really does, at the end of the day, obviously we've got to beat Liverpool, which we've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks, but it does also require City to slip up. Do you think they will slip up, Mr. Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think they will now.
You think they will?
They're finished. I think psychologically that's too much.
They're a bit like paint your wagon, aren't they? They're rolling along on about two wheels.
Had an absolute stinker.
But he's not fit.
Of course, yeah, I know.
They risked him when he wasn't fit.
Yeah, I know, but what else are you going to do? Play Jolie Lescott against Sturridge and Suarez?
Yeah, well, there you go.
Pellegrini made a ridiculous decision taking Dzeko off and putting Aguero on, who I don't think
he
is fit
also
either.
isn't fit,
Yeah, but hang on a minute. Don't criticise Pellegrini because, playing an unfit company and not playing Lescott is great for football. He should deserve to win the title because it's not dull.
Yeah, it's
actually very, very funny.
It's funny
and
and
we are the
interesting.
enemy of funny football at Chelsea, but that is funny.
Yeah. I'd say as well with Liverpool, I think they said it about there being a record 10 consecutive wins. They are not going to win 14 consecutive matches.
No, because 13's the record.
It's a 30, well, whatever
Arsenal.
it is,
And
they're not going to.
if they can win 14, then fine, they've been better than other teams.
Yeah, not going to though.
No, I don't think they are either. We're going to beat them. But I have to say, fair. If they go off and win all four, fair play to them. To be honest,
I think Henderson being out actually is a blow.
He's played. He's started every game.
Yeah, no, it's a big loss for them.
This season.
Big loss for them.
Yeah, I agree. And Man City's away games though. Everton away, Crystal Palace away. Liverpool got Crystal Palace away as well.
Yeah.
Let's hope
and City got Everton and Palace.
That's what they
said.
Yeah. So I think all we have to do is rely on City to draw one of those games, don't we? And then we're all right. I think they'll draw both those games, maybe lose one of them. So we'll see.
By the way, we're supposed to have bought Costa, according to the BBC website.
All of this, it's just weird though, saying we're paying
later.
50 million.
Let's save that. We save that for PSG.
Right,
I just want to know very quickly, and we're going to do this every week. Do you want? No, actually, I've changed it slightly. Do you want to win the Premier League or for us to win the Champions League on the basis that we can't win both? Okay, it's one or the other. Which one would you like?
I don't want to debate that.
I'm not debating that.
Oh, look at you! You're Were you union ringleaders in the past? I
put money on us winning both of them because I believe we're going to win both, not one or the other.
I said one or the other.
No, I don't want to make that decision.
I don't want to make
it's too upsetting.
I've got to love them for that. Benches, what do you reckon?
I asked on Mixer and Twitter. Tactics Wizard says Premier League. Rob Dog says Premier League. Mike Loffery says Premier League. Zuriel NG says Champions League. Jack, and some others. It's mixed on Mixer.
It's mixed on Mixler.
Yeah.
I've seen what you've done there, Cheddar.
Yeah, it's just I'm a natural.
You are indeed. It must be the shorts.
Anyway, when Liverpool won in 2005 and we won the league, it seemed to somehow diminish our having won the league.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
If Liverpool
we gotta go.
win the league, I'd like us to win the
We'll be back in a minute.
Still diminish us.
We'll be back
anyway.
in a minute
You're
to
right.
talk about the fannies. We can pick it up then. See you in a sec.